Hello and happy Metta Monday. This is a short video created to support you in becoming and growing into your most authentic self. And I've been talking a lot about healing these last several weeks. And I just, wrote a list down the other day about, beyond healing, what is this really about? And this is really about just being and living more fully. And, in addition to healing, we are resourcing around whatever is a discomfort, a capital T trauma, a diagnosis of anxiety or depression or something that keeps our nervous system out of balance. Whatever it is, the most important piece of healing is actually resourcing. So we're not diving into the wound, we're doing the opposite. We are building up around it. So if you've ever seen a potter like hand build a bowl, we're building this compassionate container for ourselves because suffering in our life is inevitable. It's the first of the Four Noble Truths. It's a fact. And how we choose to deal with the suffering is what we have control over. And so we can either contract around it or we can become expansive and we can get resourced. So that's why I'm so excited about teaching things like the four abodes of the heart, loving kindness and compassion and joy and equanimity, is because they create this like reservoir that we can draw upon when things get challenging. They are the ventral vagal state of the nervous system where we are most resourced and able to connect. Because connection is really, the name of the game. We're connecting with our highest self, we're connecting with our creative selves, we're connecting with others more skillfully. We are social creatures, we are wired for connection, and healing just creates a path. The wound creates the path that we walk as we live. This is just about being more skillfully. And healing is just a tiny component. There is also, like I said, resourcing. There's practicing resourcing through meditation, through, something that connects the body and the mind. It might be yoga, it might be qigong, it might be just really skillful awareness as you do other physical activity. There is play. There's, creativity, writing, painting, creating a business. There's, serving others. And so, again, we can serve others once we feel full up. We can serve others as we heal, as we live. So this is just another way to connect. Like I said last week, we are all in this together. And my well-being does depend on your well-being in the same way that yours does on mine. We rise together. And so my wish for you, as I send Metta into the week and into the next year, is that maybe you just sit and pause and reflect back on what you've accomplished this year, not on what you fell short on. And then as you pivot to the new year, look at, I don't recommend a resolution. Do what you want. And I think resolutions are just a recipe for, self-disappointment. Set a goal, set an intention, pave the way, and keep working towards something big. Think bigger than smaller. So it's not about setting a low bar, but it's setting a bar that has a little bit of forgiveness and flexibility in terms of the timing of what you create. And so just let each step create the next step forward. You don't have to know everything right now, but maybe you can sit with a journal and answer this one question. What would I like to create in my life in the new year? And maybe it's a more healed and whole self. Maybe it's a new venture. Maybe it's both. We heal by living fully. And that's my wish for you, is that you live as fully as possible. And that's why I'm sitting in this seat. That's why I do these videos. Healing is a component of it, but it's really about just living into our most authentic, highest, and happiest, and most fulfilled self. And, as connected as possible so that we're all rising together. I should announce that I will be creating some new free offerings and a paid offering in the new year. And more announcements will be coming in January, so stay tuned. There's a lot. I've been building up towards this for several years, since I had dreams of creating a business in 2016. And so, yeah, I could have looked back at the end of 2016, 17, 18, and 19 and said, I haven't created it yet. Or I can say, I'm in the process of creating it. And that's what I have done. You know, big goals take time. So my invitation to you is to take a big bite out of 2020. And any core belief under the hood that's keeping you small, any fear that pops up that says, no, that's not possible, allow it to be here. Allow it to exist, but don't allow it to hold you back. You know, we can tend to any of those core beliefs and fears bit by first resourcing around it and creating that container. So let me know in the comments, what are you creating in the new year? And for this year, I'm wishing you a beautiful and skillful rest of your day and week, and just sending a little extra metta into your new year. Thank you so much for watching these videos, and I will see you in a week in 2020.